Okay, we're going to take a look at the garden here. It has been a very chilly week, but things are still surviving. Some are actually doing a little better um, with the cool weather. Uh, Probably soon I think that actually the temperature's going to get back up again this next week. So if it stayed like this for a while, we probably would see some plants totally start to shut down and stuff. But it's supposed to get warmer the whole week, so we'll just see. As always, we just take it how it goes. So let's look here. So our tomatillos are still doing good. Still producing lots and lots of tomatillos. They have their long, really rangy vines. Definitely want to figure out how to deal with those for next year if I do plant this particular variety, so I know kind of how to do it, because I don't like them on the ground, down there. I like them to be up. But just need to work with that. See how those all span out. This little guy still never got higher than he did. Looks like that's all he does. Make those little tiny little husky gold fruits, and that's it. So I don't think I'm gonna get him next year, because those are really only good for snacking and nothing really, not really cooking. And it's kind of a lot of work because they're so tiny. So anyway, okay, our Romas still haven't done much. And there's even more blight or whatever right here now on those other leaves too. So I don't think they're going to produce much more than they do. So we might go ahead and pick some of the ones that all the fruits that have color, and just kind of treat these ones as on their way out. So we'll see what happens there. Here's our marigold volunteer with all of its flowers there. Just trying to look and see why there's a hole opened up in the middle there, but I don't see anything. I don't know if it just got pushed over, whatever. Anyway, so Romans, we do have some that have the fruits that have color, so we'll go ahead and pick those and see if we can't at least get some more fruit off there before it's done. On the back row, we have our okra, red okra, our gourd, and then all of our beans. So we'll take a quick look here. Here's our red okra. We have some fruits there that are forming. Oh, that one. Oh, there we go. I always had okay, there we go. Oh, you can see that's cool. I didn't know that. I pulled the little flower part off here. You can see that's green on the tip, and then it's red down beneath. It eventually becomes all red. I never knew that, but because I had the flower part was still on it, it was still green. So I don't know if it's a reaction with the sun or something that makes it red. If that was providing shade, but as you can see, these ones are red all the way. This one has green on the tip. I don't know. Interesting. So this is the red okra, and it was planted much later. That's why it's so far behind those guys. But anyway, our birdhouse gourd is next. The one gourd that we have forming is doing fantastic. I don't think we'll get any more, but that's fine. We do have more flowers, but no more fruits forming. So I'll be happy if I just get the one. If the one makes it that way, I can know that I'll have exactly one test case here. So our green beans are still doing fantastic, still producing green beans, still growing a lot, becoming quite a mess to harvest. With this whole interwoven stuff and mess, so definitely going to have to do a better job of planning this harvest out for next year. We can also see that we have mixed in here is the scarlet runner bean, and the reason I can tell this is because it's very subtle. Well, for one thing, the sizes or the shape is a bit odd. The green beans are usually straight, and these ones have these funky little bump here and then there, and it's a little narrow, and there's a point on the end. Plus the coloring and the texture too, that feels a little fuzzy. So we have several of those. There's our red ones on the tips here, and then we have our beautiful hyacinth beans forming all over the place here with their beautiful pods. So we're gonna have lots and lots of seeds for next year. Even though we're not going to probably eat any, we'll have plenty to plant for next year. And you can see right there, this particular variety looks more like a pea now because it's got the bulging, just like you would think a pea, you know. And these ones still look a little different, more like a snow pea almost, because they're flat, even though they're getting bigger. They're not really fattening up like these guys are. So anyway, I still think those are just absolutely gorgeous, and they're still going strong. I imagine since they like the cold, they'll probably stay around for a long time. So definitely want to definitely have plenty more chances to enjoy their beauty. And then these tomatoes in the back, they are still not doing so hot either. Still have a lot of the blighty looking stuff with the leaves, and probably will come and pick all the ones. Same thing with aromas, pick the ones that have color, and then see if that see what happens with them, because I don't think they're going to produce much more. But these guys here will definitely continue to produce. Oh, there's a nice little dragonfly right there, taking refuge. You can see the yellow pears all over the place, and then here's some here, all over the place, getting really thick in there where the plants have fallen over, and I didn't go back and get them out, so makes a little bit of a nest, but they're nice and yellow, so it's nice and easy to see them there. And then our other climber here, the Juliet, still looking good. We've got some bunch up here, down there, and then our San Marzano, our last of the vining ones, is still doing good here. So we've got those, which has been fantastic. So still have some small tomatoes, just not too many of the giant paste ones. Okay, our asparagus. Some of them are dying back. I'll probably need to cut out the ones that are dead, have died for the season, and then keep going on the others. Our nice little bug habitat here. So our squash, still going. It's going to be October next weekend, and still have squash, and lots of it. So I just think that is pretty amazing. We still have very abundant of the golden squash, yellow zucchini, I mean, and then the yellow squash itself didn't do that much. We have some eggplants in there, and then our zucchini, it's Black Beauty zucchini, is still doing good as well. So it's just amazing how long this has lasted, and I would never have planted it this dense if I thought it would last this long. Obviously you can see almost all of the stuff that you can see here, from here to there, all of it is one plant, or one planting. I think they probably put 2 seeds, but that obviously could have filled this entire 4x8 box, but I didn't think it would last this long. So anyway, note for the future, you never know what your squash is going to do. And so our eggplants are starting to produce more now. Now it's cooled down a bit. There's some nice little Thai kermits there. We've got some other ones there. The Masigo are there. Little fingers. We got a few of the little fingers last week. There's one there. And now our pepper plants, which is so odd, they're starting to produce, even though normally they do better in the heat. This one I noticed, it's a little hard to see from this angle, but has about half a dozen of these little fruits on it. And then this one does as well. And that one over there had some before, but it's just, now they've got a bunch more. The reason I came out here is, I could see this from there. The scarlet runner beans, this is why they're grown often as just as decorations. They're all their pretty little yellow flowers there, up through there. And then you can see again, maybe a little better, the purple ones. It's again just for their aesthetic beauty. So, that's where we're at. So let's go over, back over the other side. Here, just, man, it's so dense in there. I did not do a very good job of thinning these out and keeping them under control, just because they're so prolific that I would have had to do it multiple times a week to keep it under control. And that didn't happen, and so it just went crazy. But I'm just very surprised that they're still healthy for the most part, too. Usually they get the the mildew and stuff like that. But anyway, so these ones are doing good. This is a Cajun Belle. It has a few peppers from last week, but they're starting to form up. So I'm looking forward to those. I like those. They were good. And over here we have our sweet cherries starting to turn right there. And then here's our chocolate Belle. Hopefully those ones will form. There's some of the big gems. I see some of them are red, so they're probably ready to be picked. The stuffing pepper there. Some of our poblanos also ready there. Looks like we have one of our sweet peppers. I can't remember which one there. And then looks like our mariachi ones are about ready to be picked too. So exciting for our peppers. And then our okra are still going. It looks like the aphids are abating there. Maybe we're winning the battle, or they're just dying off because of the cold. I don't know. And we still have basil, and we still have banana peppers hidden in there after being dominated by this big guy here. And then we can see better the beans, our green beans all over the place there. Need to come in. Looks like we need to pick some more. That's the thing with if you don't have if it's a big disorganized mess like this, it's hard to kind of keep up on picking them because it's hard to see where you've got. So definitely next year I want to do something different, like make a wall and then a sloping wall or something, net for them to grow on, so it's easier to see them and figure out where they are, because we come and pick them and then we think we got them all and then we didn't. So anyway, good times. So we'll definitely have a lot more fresh green beans. And I think that's about it. So we're still going strong here. Still have lots to do, mainly with the tomatillos are still producing a lot, the green beans. So the peppers are about ready to have another round. So tomatoes are kind of slowing down. The little guys are still producing a bit, but not as much. They do love the heat a lot more, and we're getting some eggplant now. So always exciting here. Thanks for watching.